Hey, good afternoon, Bob, Trade Genius, the 11th of January. Just want to point out natural gas to you. One heck of a run this week. The storage is in trouble, and those who have been shorting natural gas are going to start paying big money. You know, the January is supposed to be a very weak month for natural gas because they're gliding through the they can kind of see the end of the tunnel here to winter. But it's been nothing normal in the East and the Midwest, and we're going back into cold again. Report came out, and demand is sky high, and storage is down low. And in fact, they're running out of heating oil, of all things, too. So things are going to get pretty interesting here because we're rolling right back into some cold weather again. And the market just didn't like it. I mean, and it just boomed today. And my target now has moved up to 324. We just broke the month high that was right here, and a little bit of resistance here. We'll see if tomorrow if it just dabbles around here, because Fridays are days usually not too much happens. But if they get worried, it's going to come up to here, and this might be the Sunday night move, because it's going to get cold again. And production went down because of freeze. You got to realize too, you can't work sometimes when it gets really, really cold. And oil production went down too. So it's something to bear in mind. $3.60 is still in my target focus. And when we get to spring and they're going to have to fill these tanks up again, man, they're going to be buying high. It's they outsmarted themselves this time. So just keep an eye on it. And just to show you my my trade here is these are the trades I put on from last night. So we got back in long at 289.7. We had a great day yesterday trading Natty too. We closed out here at the open 301.50, and then bought back in 301.90, and it closed out at 303.90. And went back in at 306.70, and now it's at 311. So about $1,600 for the day on $2,200 in margin, or $2,600 in margin actually. And those are great returns, and we've had a great week trading natural gas. So just FYI on that. And I don't think it's done. I think we're gonna have a great next 10 weeks trading Natty. And then just flipping over to the market here is I also went ahead and I shorted oil. Got up to here when it got to 26.50. We went ahead and we shorted with some puts. I bought the 26 strike for 2 weeks out. Oil is way overdone, and I'm looking for UCO to come down to at least here, if not all the way to here, and have get a couple $1,000 move here. So oil's just been way overbought, and it's just outside of all realm of channels and ranges, and I think it's going to push back in. So long Natty, short oil for me. And then one thing too, I'm watching, and I'm just my head's kind of scratching here, because you got the yen here pushing up. Maybe we have an inverted hammer here. It's going to start coming back down, but SPY went up with it, and I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering what the heck, is going on here. Is it, the only thing that worries me is that, because gold's holding too, is that is the dollar gonna collapse here? Usually when the yen's strong, that's kind of a little bit risk off, and then you roll into a short yen, long market, long yen, short market, and now they're both up, and then gold's up too. Gold you'd expect to go up if the yen goes up. They kind of follow each other, but something's off here somewhere. It's just really weird, really odd. And then they had really crazy thing yesterday with the market, with the bond market. I think the Chinese whispered, I think they wanted better pricing, so the 10-year was higher than normal. But the 30-year collapsed today, and that's just flattening the curve out. And so, these things are all negative things. So I'm just wondering if something big's going to happen. and that I don't think it'll be good for the market. You know, the market's on a 40% annualized tear again to start the year, and that's just not sustainable. So, FYI on that. I didn't talk about cryptos. Phil's covered that overnight, and you know, I'm a trader, so I don't mind the volatility so much, but I just think that governments are getting worried that they're trying to jawbone these markets down, and people are bailing out and getting into the crypto market. And like I said, they're not going to be able to control this thing. If Korea wants to shut down the exchanges, people are just going to trade out of another country. And so Japan is embracing it. Hong Kong's fine with it. Taiwan is fine with it. So, they're always going to find a home to trade these things. So I just think these things are just short-term manipulations that usually get bought back up, and it did again last night too. So anyways, Bob, Trade Genius, I'll have stuff out for the weekend, and we'll just keep everything in perspective here. But I think big moves are happening everywhere. So strap in. It's going to get really, really fun. Bye-bye.